It's finally here, guys. Been waiting for this. It's almost there. It is back there. Feels like Christmas. Alright. We'll let him do his bit and we'll come back. Alright, there he is. Thank you. Oh, there goes the packing slip. So there it is, the Bolton Tools ZX45 milling and drilling machine. The crate looks good. No damage anywhere. The crate came open fairly easily. It's still all in one piece. Let's take the lid off. And there she blows. First thing I noticed was the smell. You know, that smell of machine oil, of the packing oil they use on this stuff. But it looks pretty clean. Looks pretty clean down there. Alright, not bad. So it shipped from Southern California over to San Antonio, then up here to Leander, Texas, unscathed. So I'll finish taking the sides off this crate, and maybe I'll save it. Who knows, somebody might need it. And we'll take a look at it with the crate open. Okay, took the crate apart, and that's actually in good shape. Actually reusable. But there it is. It's the Bolton Tools ZX45. Everything looks like it's in good shape. But of course, looking at it, you can see on a close-up all that thick grease and stuff that for shipping. It's all over, so that's the first step, is to go through this thing and just give it a really good cleaning, get all the junk off of it before I power it up and do anything. But you can see it's all over. All the bare metal pieces are covered in that stuff. It's a nice sized table, but you can see it's just covered, and there's the accessory box, it looks like. And I'm not sure if this came with any kind of chuck or anything. Hopefully in the box we'll see. Very cool. We'll get it cleaned up, finish off the stand, and get it mounted. Alright, so Here's the ZX45 after I've cleaned it and oiled it. You can see some of the drips coming down, but it cleaned up pretty nice. I took the handles off. One thing I did notice, there was a lot of overspray. You can see it on the inside, but it was over here on the top also. So I came in and used a block to try to take all that stuff off. I'm going to go over it again, and what I mean with a block is like a sharpening stone. You can rub on there and it takes off a lot of the burrs, and it took off all the overspray, or most of it. It's getting there. So we are about to, see, I'm trying to clear off a space in the garage here. This place is a mess. We have one project going on over there already, and that's the Grizzly Go704 that we're converting over to CNC also. But you can see we've got our engine hoist ready, and this is the stand. This is the stand that I made for this ZX45, and what I did, I lucked out finding these posts. I found it on Craigslist. They're 3x4 rectangular posts, 1/4 inch thick walls. They were pretty beefy, and I cut them down to size, put these gussets on here, just welded the whole thing together, and this is an 1.5 inch plywood, and it's been sealed so that it won't dry up or get oil soaked or anything like that. So it's ready to go. That's what we're going to tackle next. We're going to get the engine hoist, lift this sucker up, and set it on the stand. Oh, and there's that sharpening stone I was talking about. This was kind of a inexpensive one I found on Amazon, and it did okay, but it definitely wasn't as flat as I would hope. So that's why I'm gonna have to go over it again and make sure I get it all good and even, cosmetically buffed out, whatever. Those are the vices. Well, that one's for the Grizzly, and I got that 6-inch vise to go on this whenever it's ready. But the next step, let's get this thing on the stand. Okay, so I took the engine hoist there, you can see, and lifted it up and on, no problem. It's just the width of the legs there. We had to go cockeyed with the stand underneath and finagle it around, but we managed to get it centered and on there. And the stand is kind of short, but I did it that way so that when we have the garage door open, it won't hit the door. You can see the clearance there. But it is now on the stand. The stand looks like it's holding up pretty well. It rolls around pretty good. I've got the casters locked right now. I haven't set the leveling feet, but it looks like it's holding up pretty well. So here's the ZX45. I got it all mounted, put on the stand. It's looking pretty good. Everything's bolted down. And I'm getting everything set up. Of course, one of the first things I needed was a vise, and I chose to get this one. It's a 6-inch vise, and it's not a Kurt. We have another machine with a Kurt on it, and it's excellent vise. I got this one. It's made in China. Got it off of Amazon, and it's fairly cheap. It's pretty sturdy, pretty hefty. Hopefully it'll hold up for a little while. It's just a standard vise here, and it seems to turn pretty smooth. Nothing unusual. And I will be a new set of clamps. Starting to get some of the basic tools in, the basic stuff that I'll need. You know, I can go through all that. I decided with that vise, you know, there's nothing peculiar about it. But I decided to look through the manual here. Technical document, operation manual, test certificate, and packing list. So apparently they went through and for their quality check, I wanted to see what it came out as. The product conforms to the standard qualified after the examination, permits the EXWOR, EXWOR. I have no idea. This product is main attachments to precision millings, grinders, no machines. What? When active mouth of the tongs level migration, above it half sphere can have a vertical downward pressure. Therefore, the clamp workpiece cannot surface the boat. And test certificate, the product conforms to the standard qualified after the examination, permits the EXWOR, EXWOR. So, I'll have to concentrate on this and try to make some sense out of the manual. I know how it's kind of funny. Pretty much know how a vise operates, so it'd been nice to have a better translation, but I'm sure I can figure it out.